Well, hello everyone. This is Jurgita with Magic Pond Crafts, and today is December 1st, first day of a winter month, although it's not officially winter yet weather-wise. First day of December and last month of this year. So I'm starting this month with kind of overview my main things that I'm going to be working. As you know, I've and watch my previous videos, you know, I'm doing this 3 months to the finish line project, and that went well enough, and I have only one thing left to do from that. And it's this ornament, which I've stitched all the stitches. It's only back stitching, ribbons, and beads and couching left to do on this. So there's hopefully will be done by the end of the year. Also, I have to work on my two full coverages, and of course they're not going to be finished this year, but my plan is to start with my King's Fairy Tale or Two Kings. By both patterns are by Astra, and this was painting by Lithuanian composer painter Čiurlionis, and this one by 17th century mid 17 something French painters. So I have these whips, my monthly must stitch at least 2,000 or hopefully 3,000 stitches each month. So this plan is for next year finish, and I'll show you, you see in the background, I'll show you a little bit closer. Of course, this is my ginormous whip, so I need to stitch every month to get some progress, and it's also boring parts right now on the top. And this one might try, it's by Golden Hands, translates from Zolotые Ruchki, Russian design, and I have over 10,000 stitches left right now on this, so I might try to finish it. I'm not sure how much patience I'm gonna have to finish, but it would be cool to finish by the end of the year. And of course, so if I have a whim, I'm gonna be working on some other projects, because at the end of the year and Magical School Stitches, I want to finish some of the things, at least to the point where I can close up the like outrageous headmistress challenge things or homework or stuff like that. So we'll see what else I'm gonna pull out, but this is what is overview, and let's start looking. My first thing that I'm gonna be working is this one. So my kings, as you can see, this is the bottom of the whole pattern, and my picture printed more reddish on the printer than it is for real, and I decided to go all the way to the bottom, so it's about 8 blocks down, and this outfit is already done. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna be a lot of the dark stuff and quite a bit of his bright sleeve left, I think. So I'm gonna try to hit the 3,000 stitches on that, which would be great, and it would leave me around 13,300 stitches for the next year to finish it. So we'll see how well I do. I usually take, like you see, little area on my app, and just filling in and go into other part a little bit if need be, and leave it parking. So this is where I'm starting, and I think camera is showing a little bit brighter than it is. I'm doing a full stitching. I think it's a 16 count. Forgot to look it up. With DMC threads. So I'm gonna work on this until I'm done, and then we'll see what it turns out like and what I'm gonna be pulling out next. This is what I look now. Shading, it's bright and sunny, 72 degrees supposed to be today, Fahrenheit. So almost there, half a mile left to get to Pepper's Vision Institute, I think it's called. So we'll see if I need them anymore. Okay, wish me luck. And it's already the 6th of December, and we're kicking off our family birthday celebrations from today until the stroke of midnight of New Year's Day. So, stitching is happening. I'm slowly back to stitching, just a tiny bit at a time. Don't want to overstrain my eyes. It's gonna take quite a few months to settle in for my vision. So it's still strange to to stitch like that without glasses, and like usually if I can't see something clearly, I just take them off and lean very closely to see, but this time it's impossible to do that. So that's why I'm trying not to strain my eyes, and if I can't stitch, I don't stitch, especially with the dark colors. But as you can see, my portion is done for the year, and it's just tiny bit under 3,000 stitches that I did in December. So as you can see, the whole sleeve is already done, and the darkness of the woods are in here, and there's next portion, it's gonna be all for the 2022. So we'll have some bright colors to finish off the world, and again dark, 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 and probably gonna be at the very corner super dark as a shading. So I'm done for this year with my King's Fairy Tale, or two kings, and very happy with that. And it's already over 80% done, so this is definitely doable next year. It's just around 13,000 stitches left, and today is still December not over, so let's head out to see what I'm gonna start stitching from today. And as I mentioned before, this is what I'm gonna try to work in the month of December to see if it's even possible to finish as one of the two finishes that I want to do. And this is the point where I'm starting right now. So as you can see, this one is not even done, and I'm just going up to the top where the leaves and the branches is gonna be happening in here, and just gonna be filling in, and once I'm done the top portion, there's gonna be, I think, some of the back stitching and straight stitches. Then I can roll up my frame and go down to the lower portion. So it's still quite a bit of work left to do. So as you can see, there's quite a few leaves in here, and loose little the tips of leaves gonna be in here. There's going to be more down there happening, maybe not as bright colorful as in this area, but that's where I'm gonna be starting. and don't know how many days it's gonna take, since I'm sure it's gonna be much slower stitching than what I'm used to. But slowly, these are more cheerful colors, not all gloomy dark like a previous whip. So hopefully it's better on my eyes, and let's start. So today is the 11th, and yesterday it was fairly nice day in the morning. So I went to the like a charity consignment shop that supports all kinds of local charities, and I found they have a lot of different frames. So you see like these three frames about the same size. I brought like 8 works of mine, the stitch that I thought I might look for frames. So as you can see, there's some of them even have mats or like a deeper recess, and I can put more stuff in there. And this one also has a mat and stuff, and so those are 3 of the same size, bigger ones. Like for example, this one nice frame with deep also with insert layer, and got some smaller ones. And I figured out, you know, I don't need to look. If I don't like the color, I can always paint over that. And they were also on the half price, so for all of them I paid just over $18. And they have way more frames, so it's totally worth checking those places up. Plus it supports charities, so like that place does for veterans and the food pantry and all that stuff. So I had some things, and next I'm planning to get more works and take there. It was very hard to pick, but I think it's totally worth it. I mean, they come with regular glass, but I can always afford, I guess, later to get a different glass and mats and stuff. So that's what I did, and I didn't know that I had so many unfinished whips, like in here, a little pile. But I'm gonna show you next what I've been working in the past days. So here is where I am at this web that I've been working all those days. And right now I'm at the 61.6%. So what I can say is all the main stitching is done in this area. There's, as you can see, a few spots left in here. And then I was going all the way down to the bottom. It's still gonna need like a back stitching and French knots in this area, so I'm not gonna roll it down until I finish the top portion, so I'll have to come back to this. But this is what it looks like. Some areas look like it's so messy, but like this color is stitched with 3 threads, so it's in some areas it's gonna pop out a little bit more. Some like with 1 thread full X, and you can see some areas with half stitches done. So there's all kinds of mixes, and I've decided to pause this for a bit. For one, it's fun to stitch all those colors, especially if the day is more dreary. It's more colorful, but I'll also remember that I need to stitch something before the end of the year, and it's gonna be my spoiled child. So as I said before, I need to stitch every month, if not for any reason except that since it's so huge that I have to stitch every month to see any progress. So let's see where I'm gonna start right now. And so this is what it looks like. Just a little bit underneath there is we're very beginning, so I'm on I believe in the 2nd row, and this is what it looks like. And we're going, and here it is. So I want to finish this portion before the end of the year, and I believe it's let me see how many stitches left. According to Cross Stitch Saga, I have almost 2,500 stitches left in here. There are a few already scattered singles in there. So this is where I'm gonna start, and I'm not gonna stop until it's done, because I want to just have the row fully done and start the new row at the new year. But as you can see, this is pretty big thing, and it's also stitched on 18 count, so it's ginormous. And it's gonna be now fully drier colors, browns and the greenish kind of shades. So it's gonna continue just the pattern for this portion of the door and stuff. So this is where I'm gonna be concentrating my time on. My time overall this past week, of course, was much slower amount of stitches because I'm trying not to overwork my eyes right now. And we'll see how long it takes me to do this portion. At the end, I know it's gonna be flying because I'm gonna have just a bunch of stitches to do in one color. But in beginning, it's gonna be again small start, cut off, kind of different colors. So this is where I'm gonna start, and I'll see you again, I guess, when I'll finish this portion to see how it looks. And here we are on the 14th, and I finished the whole row, though, as you can see. It just went a little bit higher than this lady, of course, and this line, you can kind of tell that it's like a door to open up the armoire. So it was just under 2,500 stitches. And of course, it's just a bunch of browns and greenish and grayish colors, and there's some blue involved with lots of blends, but that's what it looks like right now. So 2 rows are fully done, and maybe for the end of the year review, I might unroll it and roll her up then for the next year to start with the very top. But let's see what it looks like right now. So as you can see, the wall took up most of first half of the part with the greenish tints and grayish, and the second part was just the brownish and the wood colors. So that's what it looks like right now. It's almost 20%. It's not exactly, it's like 19.5 something. And if I want to do 2 rows per year, I calculated I have to do a month like over 3,700 stitches. So I don't know if I'll be able to do that, because I'll have many different other whips and babs to work on. But this way I could finish in another 4 years if I continue to do that, 2 rows each. And I looked at next row is gonna have just a little bit of the lady's cap, like a tip, and the 4th row is gonna have even most of, like 2/3 of her face. So that's gonna be something more interesting to look at versus like especially like this wall. But the beginning of the whole row is gonna be just like a wall. It's not gonna even have much of this left, because we, as you can see, it's pretty much all done stitching. So I'm leaving this for 2022 to continue. And I've decided, since we might be traveling already next week early, and I want something else to work on, so let me pull that out. And here it is. It's as my one of 3 months to the finish line projects that I want to finish. It's this ornament, Ala Dimensions Timeless Ornament. It's Chinese version from AliExpress, and as you can see, all the main stitching is done. I already started some of the back stitching before, so all that's left is finished back stitching, long stitches, ribbons, and beads to put in, and might be like a cording or couching, one of those. That's what I might be working on right now, because I'm gonna leave my other project for later, maybe for traveling. It's easier than dealing with tough ribbons that are very thick to go through this fabric. So this is where I'm gonna be concentrating on now. But first, I might be going again to search for more frames for all of those my big piles of unfinished whips. So that's what you're gonna see right now, and in a second probably either fully finished or partially done, like with the back stitching or maybe ribbon. So we'll see. Well, a few hours later, I'm back home with the whole load of different frames. So what I calculated, I have a 15 from like a smallest one to like, these sizes, and it was still half off sale. So for all of that, all the frames were just under $40. Plus I bought this Santa bell pull, and it's like a whole kit in here, so something small, and I collect Santa stuff. So I have projects I brought there to try to figure out the framing, and some of them you can see has very nice mats, which I don't know if I'll be able to use it, but for something else I could reuse it hopefully. And like this one, it has very nice inlay, but I don't think I'm gonna be using it, and especially this one, this mat. Hello. So this frame, I'm gonna have to figure out how to cut it. I've never done it before. I think my sister-in-law took a class how to put it together frame, so it's we'll see if she can help me out with that, but I need a bit like a shorter in the height for that. And I have projects for all of them. Some of them, they're not meant fully for like a thick mat boards and stuff to be, but nobody's gonna see in the back, I think. And several of them I'm gonna repaint the frame itself, like instead of a golden, I might make it into like a light brown or a white color or something like that. And like this one, I like for the style of the frame, but it needs a little touch up, like a little crack or something like in there. And I'm gonna probably spray paint it too, and my spray paint these frames again to make sure it's a nice fresh coat for that. But I mean, for that price, they all come. This one has some kind of mat, maybe. I wasn't even looking. I was just looking for the size and the style of the frames. So yeah, so big, huge pile I've got in here, just laid out on my entry area. You can see my Christmas wreath hanging. So yeah, so now I just have to start working and getting like acid-free foam board that I have. I bought that like this, and I want to make sure that it was acid-free, and that's a big long thing, and I have to cut it, and it's about like this thickness here. And so yeah, I need to cut it for these sizes, and I'll rewash it all my works before I put in the frame. And who knows, maybe before I put that particular work in that particular frame, I might find some different frames that it's even better. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's what I've got, and big load of it. They still had more, but I think I might have picked out the most interesting looking ones. It's a lot of the simple wooden frames, but I'm sure they're gonna get eventually other things. So that's that. So I have my work cut out for me, and still need to work on my previous frames that I got, 8 of them. So that's a huge collection for me. My walls are going to be seeing some action soon, probably in upcoming years. So I'm going to get this straightened out, put away, and get working. And of course, my stitching has to happen too. So that's what I wanted to show you. Well, it seems like my eyesight and the sparkles and detail work, especially with this invisible thread, is a little bit too much right now to work on. So sadly, I don't think I'll be able to finish it this year, or maybe when my eyes finally settle in and I can see better without like all blurring up, I'll be able to do it. That's my hope is. So sadly, I'm gonna have to set this aside, though you can see I finished stitching the ribbon, and I already started doing like a cording that's done with 3 threads cording, and I've been using this invisible thread to get it all secured around. So I've done some parts and wiggles, and then I finally had to give up and admit my defeat, at least for now. So I'm gonna put this aside and I'm gonna go back to something that I can see better. It has no sparkles, so I'm back to this whip that I also wanted to finish by the end of this year. So since all of this part is done stitched, I think I'm gonna just finish up this area and then go and do those straight back stitching and stuff like that, so I can finish up this area fully and then roll up my frame. So hopefully I can see better and not have a problems of this one. Otherwise it's gonna be very, very, very slow working whip on this. So that's that. I want to thank all that sent me my birthday wishes like yesterday. I had a great day, even though it's kind of dreary, but I also did haircut for Wigs for Kids. I went and now I need to send off my little ponytail to them, and I heard that from the hairdresser that Wigs for Kids have a shortage of hair. So if you were planning to cut your hair between 10 to 12 inches, they prefer 12 inches, but if they're that short, I'm sure they would take 10 inches and send it to them. So I did that, and I had a beautiful relaxing evening with dinner and desserts with my family. All my kids were there, and they knew what I love, so all of them bought me something with the dark chocolate. So I'm happy, slowly gonna be eating, and will remember them by. I got my book yesterday from a bookstore that I've been waiting like for almost 2 years to finally come out in the English language. I'll show you a bit later that when I continue stitching from that Untamed TV show. So that was a great day, and today is all rainy, and that's like a fall weather for me right now. So that's where I'm gonna be stitching, and hopefully I'll show you better progress within a second. Well, it's 17th late evening, and I think I finished all the back stitching to do to be able to roll. So as you can see, there's not a lot on some of the places. Some of those sleeve veins are fairly hard to see unless you look very up close. And this string that has one regular cotton thread and one of the silver threads, as you can see here. So I've decided, instead of doing a back stitching, I'm gonna do like a couching. So I'm using the invisible thread in here and just doing, because this long string is gonna continue here, and so this is gonna be like a spider webs, and it just keeps going. I guess I have to pull a little bit of the threads to even out. So it's gonna be going, but like down to here everything up, well, down to here everything is all finished. So I'm gonna be rolling up, and this whole area is gonna be hiding now. And right now I have almost 69% done of the whole work, so there's still quite a bit left below, and can't wait to see how it goes, because I have some loose colors here parked already, threads, and will be interesting to see how it turns out below. So that's my next step. Well, today is finally the 27th afternoon in December, and guys, I finally finished. All of it is done. So it seems like in December I did over 10,000 stitches, and I couldn't do a lot every day, plus the holidays, you know, family meals, gifts and all that stuff. So we're finally back home since late last night, and I finished it late last night, last stitches. So I already took it off my stitch frame, and this is what it looks like. So like I said, all those spider strings I did with the invisible thread attachment on the bottom, and I even marked my name, initials, and the year, because this one has a sort of like a matching set, and this apparently I've done in 2016 and physalis, and this is what they look like together. There's one more like a winter scene, I think, with apples and the snow that could go in a trio, but that's right now what I've done, and they could be framed already together, but I don't know. I don't have the third kit yet, and I don't know where my leftovers are for this, but this is already disassembled, all the threads. I put it back on thread sorter, and maybe in 2022, once I hopefully look through for this leftovers, I might do a giveaway if any of you would love to have something like this. So let's look a little bit more up close. There's a lot of the back stitching was done, and like I said, you know, there's a little bit of sparkle on the threads. The spiders, itty bitty spiders, were done with the French knots. There's one and there's two, and some of the back stitching you can't see that well because it sort of blends in, but some are there, like you can see in here. And I'm gonna show you probably this in my list of 2021 finishes. So there's not a lot of the space left on the top and the bottom for finishing, but I'm sure I can figure something out. So this is what I'm done, and there's few more days left in December, and I've decided I might try finish something else. So let's go and see. And that would be my ornament. Turns out that though I struggled before to see all of this, because all it's left is like a couching and gonna be some ribbons, that I had these glasses, magnifying glasses, like a headband, very soft. You put it on and lower this, and that was a savior for me to see more up close, because apparently my vision can't handle up close clearly. So I had to use this, and that's how I was doing all the back stitching for my previous whip. And this is what seems like it's working again. I already put a little bit more stitching in here, maybe like a 30 like half stitches to attach these. And again, I'm using invisible threads with this very long beading needle, and I'm just twisting this on the top and attaching it with that invisible thread. So I'm gonna try to work on this a little bit more, and hopefully before the new year bell rings I would finish this, because it's very tense work for me right now, and I'm trying not to overwork my eyes. So this is gonna be working a little bit slower, but seems like my magnifying glasses, I don't know what size it is, times 2, 3, or 5. I got it from Amazon several years back, so you can change this insert for whichever size you want, but it's working for me up close, so that's where I'm gonna be concentrating on next. And also I'll be doing some framing. I got my straight mat cutter, and I can start doing that. So we'll see how that goes, but this is what it looks like right now for this. Well, I actually finished. As you can see, it's all off the frame, and I have a couple more laying next to each other. So I have 3 done, which is half of the kit, and it was pretty hard to finish up, I would say. These parts I kind of just folded. I did not puncture with the needle throughout, so I wanted to really make sure with the invisible thread that it stays well in, and that took me a while to do, but it's finished. And today is 29, so I decided to start something new, because I looked up at my notes and I have only 43 new starts, and as you know, I was planning to do 44. So let me show you then what I'll be stitching on the next few days until New Year, at least to put in some stitches. and we'll see what it's gonna look like. And I've decided to stitch this ornament. It's a snowman ball ornament by Lamara Tamrico. And this is what it looks like when it's stitched, and then it all will become as a round ball. So I'll have to cut around those lines and sew it up together, but I'm sure it's gonna be sometime next year. I've had another bowl done in a similar style with mouse, but I've never FFO'd it. But this is what a design it would look like. And I already have a fabric here already on a frame, and decided to try it out. The pattern is 204 by 98, and it's gonna have back stitching and all that stuff. I think French knots too, and total is 6,125 stitches around. So the fabric I picked is a 16 count Aida. So we'll see how it all goes. And it has 11 pure and colors and 3 blends. So today is 29th. I'm gonna be starting on this, but probably not gonna show you how it looks because I wanna finish up putting it together, all the video, and get ready for my whips review, what I planned for next year, all that other stuff. I just quickly wanted to show you what I got from a store and for a Christmas, in case you're wondering. So stitchy wise, I got this berry. I'm started sort of collection, and this is St. Nick's. My sister-in-law bought it at the Needlework Galleria, and I kind of totally forgot about it. So this is slightly different from what I had, because before those berries I was collecting patterns, it was separately if you wanted to stitch on silk 40 count gauze, or if you want to do like a linen, but these are the doubles. So that's why this whole thing is so big, fat, and it does not include the silk if I wanted to stitch on that. So that's the only drawback, but it has all the stuff in here, and it says 2 berries in 1 chart pack, so I can do that. So that's, I don't know when I'm gonna start. I might start with the other ones first. And I also received this Ginny Thompson flower thread card because I was starting to collect all those cards with the colors. And this is what it looks like. I have quite a few. I have my Dara and the regular DMC and some of the Cranic stuff that I sort of inherited from my mother-in-law, because my sister-in-law didn't want it. And this is what the whole palette looks like. These threads are slightly thicker than DMC and color fast, so that's not bad. You can kind of see the, let's see, the thickness of that. So I've done one project, I think, with these type of threads when I was taking classes a while back, but this is good thing to have too in case I want to try it out. So that's what I got for Christmas from my stitchy part. And from a store I got like a canvas fabric and extra things for like a project with specialty stitches. What you see in front of you is a Scott Lee design. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do this because it's very complicated. It's very hard to come by. There's like 1 or 2 places ever that can sell this pattern. And you can see the name. Let me maybe switch like this way for you. And it's by Jean Hilton. I think this is might have where I contacted. I can't remember right now, but that's what it came as, a whole binding thing, and it requires all kinds of things for that. So I was collecting slowly. There's still some of the threads that are missing, and there's silk threads and like a bijou, DMC, of course, many things. So don't know when I'm gonna start, but I figured I might as well start collecting slowly all those specialty things. I got also for another different specialty thread, like a canvas project, some things. So that's what I received. And I think I'm gonna wrap up my December video. So far I worked only on 4 whips, and the snowman is gonna be my 5th one in December, which is kind of weird for me, because if you've seen all my videos, I usually don't stop with just like 4 or 5, but I finished 2 whips out of those, so that was great, like half finished out of 4. And I guess I'll show you in a separate video all my finishes, and will be coming up a video with all the whips and my plans. I already got my new happy planner, and I already printed the list on that, what I gonna continue, how much it's left to do on some of those whips, and what I want to start. Of course, there will be much less amount of starts for next year. I did a lot of starts and a lot of finishes this year, so that's great for me. I think I broke all my records this year, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and that you should expect upcoming videos soon. And what else can I say? I hope you enjoy upcoming happy new year. That 2022 is gonna be much better for everybody than 21. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment below. And until next time, this was Jurgita saying bye bye.